Welcome back to another episode of what is this podcast called?
Uh,
Conversations from a Couch.
yeah,
I am one of your hosts. What's my name?
Leny, you're Leny,
Leny. Yeah, I forget.
and I'm
And this hero is Dany boy.
Danny boy. Hello. Sorry if we don't
Um,
sound so into it anymore. This is our fifth time trying to record
oh
this.
yeah, we've had like a ton of distractions. I hope this is the magic number. What is this? 5, 6? I
It's five.
don't
It's
even
five.
care. Anywho, this week's episode is about what we did for spring break.
Spring break.
Because we didn't have an episode last year because of last week, because of interfering schedules and whatnot. So, spring break, yeah, spring break.
Spring break.
I'm gonna let Dany here go first.
So
Tell me about your story.
so I went to Orlando, Florida. I went to Disney World and Universal. Uh, it was over a 24-hour drive, so that was ridiculous. Sleeping on a bus was mental. Going through Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana sucked because of how small them roads are and how bumpy they are as well. Um, Disney World, yeah, the first place we went to Epcot. It was pretty interesting. I've never been to a place like that, going to different countries at the same time or in the same day. I actually went to France before Lenny did, so I'm pretty proud about that.
Ha.
And we went to Epcot. We went to the Magic Kingdom. I think the best thing about the Magic Kingdom was the fireworks show. I We ate at Be Our Guest, and even though it was like $60 per person, it was $60 well spent. Cause gosh dang, that food was too good. Um, what else happened? We went to Animal Kingdom. That was fun. Um, I didn't go on the safari ride or anything, but I did go to Pandora and I went on one of the rides. The other ride was gonna like take 3 hours to get on, and I was not about that life. Oof, what is that?
Wasn't that Space Mountain?
What's Space
The
Mountain?
3 hour line
No,
that you didn't go on?
that's Pandora. That was like from
Oh.
Avatar.
I was
Eh,
gonna say, for all of you listeners out there, Dany went to Disney World and didn't even ride Space Mountain. He just wasted a whole trip. Can you believe that? I can't.
well,
But anywho, continue.
I didn't do a lot of things in Disney World. That being one of them. Splash Mountain and all that other stuff I didn't go on because we didn't do the where you can what's it called? You can reserve your spot in line. Oh, it's the fast pass. We didn't get those fast passes until the first day, and everything was already booked. So the only ride that I did go on was the Haunted Mansion, and honestly, I didn't think it was all that. I mean, it was neat, but not my favorite. We went to Disney Hollywood, I guess. That was the smallest park we went to. I mean, we did basically everything there, and I love the Aerosmith ride. I thought it was gonna be like a simulation ride, but because it was in a building. But nope, they have a roller coaster in the building. So never seen that, and that was pretty shocking. Also, the Tower of Terror, that was intense. And then we went to Disney Springs to go shopping. That's the first time I went to a Lego store. I was pretty excited. I bought a lot of Legos. Spent over $100 on Legos, but happy that I did. And then Universal. Universal was fun. And I honestly, there's a lot of things to do in Universal and Adventure Island, which is a part of Universal. Um, and I prefer going to Universal than Disney World.
I find Universal is more cool than it is fun. I mean, like it's fun.
Oh no, it's fun.
Disney is like the happiest place on earth, but Universal is like
The coolest
it's
place on
really
earth.
cool, the coolest place on earth, and everything is just so neat. Much prefer Universal over Disney.
Yeah, my favorite ride was going on the Simpsons little simulation thing. It was so much fun. Uh, what else really happened? There's stories that go into the whole trip, but that's just a big old summary about it. Going through the states sucked, and we stopped at a gas station in Louisiana, and dear Lord, Louisiana's weird. Everything's weird apart from Texas. But even though that I did go to Disney World, there was a lot of people that I met that were from Texas, which is really odd. But anywho, that was my trip. It was fun. I spent a week there, and it was pretty great. Now, how about Lenny? Where did
Wait,
you go?
I have a question.
What's your
While
question?
when you were staying at Disney, what did they have for breakfast?
So for breakfast, we stayed at the All Star Resort, and you go to the little, I guess the main little building for the whole little hotel place, and they serve breakfast there. So we ate breakfast there. I ate the same thing every morning called the Bounty Platter. And it came with like some eggs, some potatoes, some sausage, and some bacon, along with a little Mickey waffle.
Oh, that's what I was looking for, the waffle. I mean, it makes sense that they'd have Mickey waffles
Yeah.
because I was so taken off guard, thrown off guard. I don't know what I'm trying to say. When I was in Louisiana and they didn't have Texas shaped waffles, and it threw me off way more than I thought I would.
That's all we know is Texas shaped waffles.
It's crazy. Like other states, imagine a Colorado waffle. It's just a rectangle. Texas is just a cool shape. I guess so.
Yes, so but yeah, I had that every morning along with coffee because every morning we had to get up super early. Then the night before we would get home so late or to the hotel so late. So every morning I had coffee, drank like 2 or 3 cups. I was dead tired. But anyway, Lenny, where did you go? What did you do? And how was your experience?
It was fun. Do you want the little stories too? Because that's where it gets the most fun. All the little stories that happened in the place that I
Um,
was.
I want you to explain your whole air travel experience and then do like a summary of everything. And then we'll get to the little stories here and there that we would like to share.
Okay, I'm going to start with the summary of everything first.
All right.
See, we fly out from DFW on I don't even know what day because we were on a plane. We stay in New York for 2 days or one full day, and then the next day we left. We had a flight at like 10 o'clock, so we basically had 2 full days in New York. We flew there to Paris. I can't do the throat stuff. Wait, that sounds bad. Paris. We go to Paris, and then we get there. It's like afternoon. I don't know how long we stayed there. Was it like 5 days? Yeah, because we flew in Sunday and then left on a Saturday, and then we flew. We wasted like 2 days on a plane, switching time zones, going back from Paris to New York, and then from we sleep at the airport in New York in the food court, most uncomfortable sleep I've ever had. And then back to Dallas, and then Dallas I drive home. But the experience, oh brother, flying from New York to Paris and then from Paris back to New York on Norwegian Airlines was the worst experience I've ever had in my life on a plane. And I know it sounds spoiled. I sound spoiled, but like, come on. These are regular plane commodities that Norwegian didn't have. It all starts out. Normally, when you go to an airport, you know what gate you're leaving from, and you know what time you're leaving. Not with Norwegian. You have an estimate of what time you're leaving. So you got to get to the airport, and then they have a strict weight limit policy. So I was wearing like 5 layers of clothes because I couldn't fit it on my carry-on bag. It was freaking hot. Then after security, I had to put them back in my bag. But anywho, we get on, we get past security. After dividing all of our stuff and checking in our bags, no problem. Well, there was a problem, but you know, smooth sailing after that. We get to the gate, or while we're going through security and stuff, we're looking at the big sign that tells you what gate you're leaving from, and every other minute, the announcer's like, flight, whatever, 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 to Paris, France has been moved to gate G12. And then a minute later, it's G9, then G8, then 7, then 6, then back to 9, then 10. I swear it switched like 10 times. So we have no idea what gate we're leaving from. We just know a general area. We get to that gate. They finally check our tickets. We go to where you would normally walk on the plane. Not with Norwegian. We stand in a very long, kind of spirally staircase, all packed like sardines, next to each other, next to strangers. People are dropping stuff. I nearly lost my passport. And so, yeah, that was awful. And then we were sitting there forever, like 30 minutes. I might be exaggerating. Then we finally are told, hey, we can move. Go get on the plane now. And we walk outside, and I'm like, what the heck? There's no plane here.
Oh. And then y'all took
There's a bus.
a bus, yeah.
We walked out in the freezing New York cold air. I don't even know how cold it was. It must have been like around 16 degrees, I think. And then we squish onto these 2 buses. And they're not like airport buses, they're public transportation buses. Almost like they just went outside of the airport and said, hey, you guys, come with me. They just found the 2 closest buses possible. And so we squish onto those, like even tighter than we were in the stairwell.
Dear.
I can't fit anything in my little area that I have. We're all standing up, holding the little rails on the ceiling. They drive us around the airport to the plane. Then I get to the plane. I'm like, sweet, here we go. There's this really wobbly staircase, very unstable. And you have children and like old people walking up really slowly. And I know that's mean because they're children and old. But like, come on. That makes me just sound like a meaner.
Yeah.
So we're standing out in 16-degree weather, and I'm wearing just a sweater. Just a shirt and a light sweater, because I didn't think we'd be walking outside. And then these people are like taking really long to get up the stairs, but it's all right. They're old.
It's alright.
We get on the plane. And now I'm like, finally, I can sit down, go to sleep. It's all right. I sit down, there's absolutely no leg room at all. And I'm not a tall person, so I don't have long legs. That's normally not a problem. I'm like 5'4", no, 5'5". And my legs are hurting so bad in these seats. I don't really have legs to hurt, but they're hurting really bad, aching, and I can't sleep. And then when I do go to sleep, these flight attendants keep walking by and hitting my shoulder, waking me up. So I'm waking up, I feel like every couple minutes, but it really was like every hour. Because I was so tired, I just passed out. And normally when you get on a plane, they give you complimentary drinks. Even if it's like a Coke Sprite, I get ginger ale, can't go on a flight without ginger ale. Or even a water. A nice cup of iced water. Not with Norwegian. Not a single thing. Not one thing. Not even a complimentary grocery store water bottle. Water bottles were $4. Or I don't know how much they
They
were.
were
Were
four
they four
dollars.
euros? $4, €4? I don't know.
At Disney it
Either
was
way,
$3.50. What the hell? That's
you have
insane.
to pay for water. No complimentary drinks, nothing. Not even food. Normally, when you fly overseas like that for a long time, they give you meals.
Not
Not with
Norwegian.
Norwegian.
Wow.
So finally,
Tell them about when you
we.
landed.
Oh, no, no. This is on the way there.
Oh,
This is just on the way there. That was on the way back. We get to Paris, and I'm finally off of this flight. Thank God. I can go to sleep. We get on this like car to go to our hotel, and I'm out because I had such awful sleep on the plane. And the people weren't even nice to you. As you were landing, they were like, "Put up your tray." That's all they said was, "Put up your tray. Put your arm, put your armrest down." Not even a please or anything like that. But it's alright. They're just
it's
doing their
Norwegian.
jobs. And then on the way back, what happened on the way back?
When you landed.
This time we did not have to get on a bus or a shuttle or anything like that. Still no leg room, like no leg room possible. When we land in in the middle of the air, I am woken up by turbulence, and the plane is just like rocking back and forth. You'd think we were on some really rough terrain, but I'm like, wait a minute, there are no bumps in the sky. So we go through all of these bumps and stuff. We hit stuff, and then the seatbelt light pops on. Like the pilot didn't expect that to happen either.
Oof.
He's like, "Oh shoot, all these bumps should probably turn the seatbelt light on." And when we landed at back at JFK in New York, we stop in the middle of the runway, and we're sitting there for a while. The guy comes on to the intercom thing and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be towed by a truck." He put the in there too. It's we're going to be towed by a truck. And I'm like, pilots don't normally tell you that stuff. You just kind of go to your gate. Not
but,
at Norwegian.
but that just
So,
makes you think, like,
how did I survive the flight? I don't know.
I was like all the turbulence and everything, and then maybe they
I
ran out
think
of
they.
gas midair, man. Who knows?
People behind us started laughing. It was so funny. I was sitting in front of this girl that really looked like Ellen Page. I
Maybe
didn't
she
say anything
was
to her though.
Ellen Page.
She probably just wondering why is this girl staring at me? I'm like, you look like Ellen Page. Anywho, that was my terrible, awful experience with Norwegian Airlines. That's about it. Do you want to hear my other mini stories? Or how about we go back to your mini stories?
Mini stories, alright. I'll share one. So we were at Animal Kingdom, me, my girlfriend, and like two friends of mine, and we were sitting there. Or no, we weren't sitting there. We were, I guess, like they did a little thing where you had different parts of like countries and different parts of the kingdom. So we were in Africa right before you're gonna go into Asia. So we're just sitting there in Africa, and we're like dead tired. We didn't want to go on any rides. We didn't want to see any more animals. We were just like tired. We didn't want to do anything. We were tired of walking. Tired of the. It wasn't even that hot. It was just like we were just exhausted. So we sit down at one of the little tables there on the side, and they had a little. It wasn't a restaurant. It was just like a little place where you can buy ice creams and drinks right in front of us, and it was like a little stand that you can push yourself. Then they had a little building to the right of us that was like It was kind of like a quick little restaurant thing. It was not even like a restaurant. They had different kinds of, like, three different types of food there, like fried, fried macaroni and some other stuff. I don't know. Anyway, we sit down. I'm like, and I told them, I was like, I'm gonna get ice cream because it just sounds really good, and I'm gonna get a water. And so two of my other friends, my two other friends, they came with me. We're waiting in line. I let them go first, and then what's cool about Disney is that the people that work in the different types of countries, like especially in Epcot and also with Animal Kingdom, they have people from that country actually working there. So like, say you went to France, you you met French people. You say you went to Mexico, you met people from Mexico, and it was really cool. Well, this girl from Africa, she was working that stand, and I asked her, I was like, "Can I get a water and one of those lemonade ice creams?" And she was like, "Yes." So she gets it. She gets it all ready, and she does the little typey type thing on the cash register. And then she asks me, "You're gonna pay with cash or card?" I said, "I'm gonna pay with the card." And then she does a whole little swipe thing, and she asked me if I want my receipt, and I'm like, "Yes, please." And she was like, "Why?"
I can't get over that. Why?
Like, just straight up, she, like, not even as a joke. She's like, "Why?" I was like, Um, I would just like it, just to have. You never know, just in case. And she was like, "Do you not believe that that's the price you paid?" I was like, "No, I believe you. It's just, I want it." And she was like, "Oh, whatever, okay." And so she prints out the receipt. She gives it to me. I move over so the next person in line can get in line and whatnot. And then once she gives me my drink and ice cream, she asks me, or she doesn't ask me. I was like, "Thank you, ma'am." And then she's like, "I am not a ma'am, I'm a sir," and walks away. And I turned around, screaming internally because that has never happened to me before, and I never thought it would happen to me by a Disney employee.
Just misgendered them.
I did.
You did, yeah. How do you feel?
I don't feel bad. um, it was
You
weird.
should feel like human scum. No.
I, but she looked like a woman. She had the long hair, lashes, button breast, everything. Everything's there. But she's a
I'm
man.
like, I have an awful fear of misgendering people, so I always try to avoid that as much as possible. If I say thank you, it's just thank you, not like thank you, ma'am, thank you, sir.
But when you grow up in Texas, you always say that, like, "Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir." All that
Well,
nice
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Manners in Texas are pretty there, present.
Yeah.
It's very ma'am, sir.
So, that's just so natural to me. But when she said that, I was like, mm.
Oof.
I didn't tell her I'm sorry. I just kind of walked away. I was like, I, and I walked away and I sat down. I was telling them what happened, and I was still in
In
shock.
shock.
Yeah, that was. I'll probably never experience that something like that ever again. Well,
The
who knows?
biggest
Maybe
oof ever.
that was my biggest oof ever. Like I said, I didn't feel bad. Anyway, well, you tell a quick little story, and then I guess we can wrap it up, kind of, sort of? Question mark? I don't know.
Oh, let me go through my file of stories. I've got a couple,
Uh,
but I'm going to start with the burger one.
the what?
I have a burger story from New York.
A burger.
Yes. I
I thought you were gonna talk about when you went to France and you went to a place that you weren't supposed to.
oh, no. Never mind. I won't tell that one.
Oh. Anyway,
I
just
was avoiding that one. Anywho, the burger story. I'm in New York. We're in Times Square, and we're walking around just like a couple of girlies having a good time. walking, enjoying all of these really beautiful lights and billboards. The electric bill must be through the roof there. But anywho, there's this burger place. It's just called Burgers. It looks really cool. Like, think Pop's Diner from Riverdale. It's got like the neon sign and it's got the little seats in front of it, like a bar where you can sit at. It looks banging. So I'm like, I'm gonna go to this burger place, this burger joint. And they're playing music too. I go up to the guy and he takes my order. I get everything on the menu was like super expensive. But I'm like, dang, these burgers do smell really good. A burger is like $10, one burger, and you have to pay for each topping that you put on this dry burger. So all I get is raw onions and lettuce
No,
because I can't afford anything else.
no cheese.
Oh, it comes with cheese. It's a cheeseburger.
Oh, okay.
Cheese, raw onions, not even cooked, raw,
Mm.
and some lettuce. Comes out to like $10, and then I get a milkshake. The milkshake itself is nearly $8.
Oh, fuck
And
a
I'm
$5
like, you know
milkshake.
what? I said I was on a quest to find the best milkshake in the world. So I'm going to get this milkshake. It's like my fate, my destiny. I got to get this milkshake. There's no turning it down. Look at the options. Oh, a toasted marshmallow milkshake. Never heard of that before. Let's twist it up. Get one of those. My total order comes out to nearly $20. It was like 19 something. That's a lot for a little burger with two toppings and a milkshake.
Yeah, wait, I'm gonna pause you right there. We ate at this place called Mel's Diner, and a burger for me that had absolutely every vegetable that they had, and a milkshake cost me $13 at Universal, just so you have something to compare it to. Anyway, go on.
I get this little tiny dinky burger, or I order it, and then the dude he gets this like flame, this like torch, and torches these marshmallows in front of my eyes, and I'm like, dang, that's cool. And then he goes to pick up these torched marshmallows and drops them on the floor.
Ooh.
Upsetting. Like, oof, ouch. Right in front of my eyes. Right in front of my salad. And he's like, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm gonna redo that. So he got some more marshmallows. And then he cleans up the ones on the floor. And this all takes a really long time. And I'm not normally a person to complain about services at like a store or a restaurant. Because I'm like, you know what? They're just doing their job. No problem. Sorry you dropped my drink. It's okay. I don't care. You're nice. But this guy wasn't.
Oh, well, he's in
He
New
wasn't
York.
not nice. He was just like clumsy and oof.
Oh,
He
okay.
was the human embodiment of an oof.
Oh, all right.
So he just toasts my marshmallows again. And then my cousin, sort of cousin, family friend, not actually biologically my cousin,
But your
Daryl is
cousin.
behind me ordering something.
Yeah.
And he loads up his burger. He gets the burger. He's got mushrooms and cooked onions and freaking pickles and tomatoes, and he loads this thing up to the brim. And the guy made too much of my milkshake, and he's like, "Hey, you want a milkshake?" to my cousin behind me, and he's like, "All right." So he gets more than I get. He gets a loaded burger with the same milkshake that I have. And what does he pay? $10.58.
What?
$10.58. He
Why?
paid half the price for more than what I ordered. And I thought the guy would at least, I waited so long for my food. Maybe he'd give me the milkshake for free.
That's what I was
Maybe he'd
thinking.
maybe he'd throw in some fries. It didn't even come with fries.
Oh,
Maybe he'd throw in some fries for me. He didn't do any of that. I paid $20 for less than what my cousin paid. For less than what my cousin got.
I wonder why.
for
That
half the price.
that seems very upsetting.
That was so messed up. Even he was like, dude, I'm sorry that happened to you. Because, he couldn't say anything. He's like, you know what? I'm going to pay you. I'm going to give you 10 extra dollars just because how awful that was. That was messed up. And I'm like upset. But I'm also not upset because that was one of the best burgers I've ever had in my life. And one of the best milkshakes I've ever had in my life. It was so delicious. I would totally go back. Even though the service was awful. And I'm like, my male cousin paid half the price. This is the patriarchy at work.
Definitely, definitely, definitely,
It
definitely.
is. There's no other reason. And, like I said, I don't normally complain about customer service and stuff, but like, ouch. You could have at least taken the milkshake out of there, made me pay the $10 for just my burger, throw in some fries, give me an extra burger.
Maybe not an extra burger, fries or
Ouch, give
milkshake.
me a cookie. Those cookies looking real nice on the counter.
Maybe throw in some tomatoes on that burger.
Yeah, something.
Something, but
But
nope,
nope.
nope, nope,
$20
nope.
for it was a tiny burger too. I'm used to Texas burgers where they're like
They're fat, man.
huge. And then I get this New York burger that's like itty bitty tiny little that's a what's that called? A slider.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was like a slider.
It was a slider burger.
Oh,
Maybe a little bigger than a Texas slider.
dang, that yucks, man.
But it was so delicious. And the milkshake was amazing. I'm mad, but also that was really good, and I'd go back.
You'd go back. Oh.
I did not tip the guy.
Why would you? The service was awful. Maybe tip the chef.
I feel bad for not tipping him, but also not like, F you guys for this $20 slider and a milkshake that was really delicious.
Oh, oh.
But anywho, that was my burger experience. It totally messed me up for the rest of the trip. I was in such a bad mood for the rest of the day, and that was the day that we flew out.
Oh my god.
So not only did I get this off, was not only was I gypped of $10 and got the worst food customer service I've ever gotten. We had this awful experience at Norwegian Airlines right afterwards, like right after I got my burger, we booked it to the airport.
Dang,
And
that.
so that was the worst day ever, really.
Wow. That sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Those are our spring break little stories. There's probably so much more. There is so much more that I've done, and there's a lot more that she did, and we're keeping it short and sweet for now. So until next time,
Till next time, see ya, sisters. Goodbye.
goodbye bye.